Hey everyone, welcome back to Dezola Designs. My name is Anne. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this awesome rainbow granny square. It's so gorgeous and so beautiful. You guys, I just want to take a quick minute to say thank you so much for watching my channel. If you like what I do, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you really like what I do, please become a member. I do this full time and I need all the support I can get. So thank you so much. What do you need to make this beautiful granny square? All you need is yarn. You can use any size yarn. This is a great scrap buster piece. It of course doesn't have to be rainbow. It can be literally any colors you want it to be. In this rainbow, if you guys would like to make this square, I am using big twist yarn. You can never go wrong with big twist yarn. The colors are super spectacular. I get this at Joann. I did not have, well, I do have green big twist yarn. This is big twist yarn right here, but I'm using this green instead. This is the Lion Brand Basic Stitch yarn. I did not like the greens that I had. They weren't like really the type of green that I wanted, but I had a ton of this, so I'm using this. Again, use whatever yarn you have, whatever hook you have. It's super easy, and this is a great scrap buster project if you have like a ton of scrap yarn like I do. So it's super simple. My crochet tutorials are super easy. I do go very slow. What else are you going to need for this project? You're definitely going to need a yarn needle. You are going to need a crochet hook. I am using a 6mm crochet hook. Big Twist does recommend a 5mm hook. If you got a 5mm hook, great. If you don't, use whatever you have. It really doesn't matter. You're also going to need some scissors. Yeah, so if grab your ingredients, you guys. If you're ready to go, let's get started. Okay, everyone. So we are going to start out with making a magic ring, also called a magic circle. I know it's scary for a lot of you, so if you need to go back and rewatch this, totally fine. Remember, you're in no hurry to make this, okay? You got this. So you got to rewatch it, then just rewatch it. It's no big deal. Okay, so this is how I make my magic circles. I take my yarn and I hold it between my thumb and my first finger, and then I'm just going to cross over my first two fingers under and over again. I'm going to make an X, and then I'm going to hold the yarn between my ring and pinky finger just like that. Okay, so again, you take your yarn first and thumb, and then you cross over, under, over again to make an X, and hold it in between your ring and pinky finger. Okay, you're going to take your hook. You're going to insert your hook. I call this the northwest quadrant. I always laugh. It always makes me laugh. I've done this like 1,000 times. So you insert your hook right here. Okay, you turn your hook facing your hand, your finger, and then you grab the hook and pull up. Hold it, take your fingers out, and immediately chain one. This does take practice, I understand, okay? It is kind of tricky, but you guys just rewatch it as many times as need be, and you will get this, okay? Practice makes better. Just remember, when you are using a magic circle, okay, or a magic ring, you have to crochet over these two pieces, these two strands of yarn, or the circle will totally lose its magic. It's not going to work. Okay, so please just remember that. And now we are going to begin our granny square. So we just chained one, okay, and what you do when you chain one is that locks it in there. Okay, like I could take this off my hook and my magic circle is still going to be there, okay? So we already chained one, we're going to chain one more for a total of 2 chains, okay? I like using a chain 2 instead of chain 3 for my double crochets, but if you like to use a chain 3, then use your chain 3, okay? So chain 2, and then we're going to put a double crochet in the circle, just like that. I will redo it, okay? So we're going to double crochet in the magic circle, yarn over, insert your hook in the circle, yarn over the 2 strands of yarn, and finish your double crochet. Okay, so the chain 2, 1 double crochet, we're going to put another double crochet into the magic circle. Yarn over, insert your hook. We're going to yarn over these 2 strands, double crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain 1. So you have your chain 2, which counts as a double crochet, plus 2 double crochets, and then you're going to chain 1. If your magic circle is it's too big, you can always just pull your loose strand of yarn and just pull it tight. Not too tight. You always want to have a circle, okay? Pull it tight at the end of this row. So again, we have a chain 2, 2 double crochets, and a chain 1. Now we're going to put 3 double crochets inside the magic circle. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, double crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Whoops, I did that wrong. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, double crochet. Okay, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, double crochet, chain 1. Okay, so we're going to have 4 groups of 3 double crochets, and you can scoot this over if you're running out of room. So we will continue, we'll just do this together. So after your 3 double crochets, you should have chain 1, okay? I'm gonna go fast now. 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, chain 1, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1. Okay, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3 double crochets, and 1, 2, 3, 4 chain 1 spaces. Okay, and all you're going to do is slip stitch into the top of your first chain 2. Now, let me pull this up here. What you can do is take your loose strand, and here's where the magic is. You just pull it together. And that makes your double crochet. Not your double crochet, your magic circle. Double crochet. What am I talking about? Okay. So now, I'm going to change my color. I'm going to cut my strand, and I'm just going to make a knot right here. Okay, I'm going to grab my next color and we will continue with this awesome square. Okay, everyone, before we go any further, I'm going to talk a little bit about using stitch markers. So for those of you who still are kind of new to crochet, or even if you are an advanced person and you've never used stitch markers before, I'm going to show you how to use them. So I have all kinds of different stitch markers. I have these, I have the safety pin kind. I have all kinds of different ones that I just have on my desk here. So what I always recommend is where we are going to be working in the chain one spaces. So for this particular project, you just want to mark your chain one spaces, okay? Because this is what we are going to be working in. So I just put my stitch markers like this, and you can use, if you don't have proper stitch markers like this, you can use scraps of yarn. I have a whole jar of yarn scraps that I have saved for this specific purpose, and I just insert your hook into the chain one space, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through again. So I have marked my chain one spaces. Now we are ready to begin round two. Okay, everyone, so you can see my little squares happening here. I marked the chain one spaces. That is what we are going to be working in. So I have my next color here, and I'm just going to make a slip knot, and however you make your slip knots are your business, because there's like 50,000 different ways everyone makes it, and yours is always a correct one, okay? I am leaving a long tail just so I can weave in the ends, and then I like to start in the corner opposite where we left off. So this is where we tied off. This is the corner right here. I'm going to take out my stitch marker, insert my hook into the chain one space, and then put my yarn on my hook, not too tight. And then I'm going to pull the yarn through like this. Make sure you're using the right strand, and I'm going to chain two. We're going to be working in this chain one space right here, okay? So then we're going to put two more double crochets in this chain one space, just like that. Okay, and we're going to chain one, and in the same space we're going to put three more double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, everyone see that? Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to be working in the next chain 1 space. It's all about the chain 1 spaces, okay, for granny squares. How do I know this is the next chain 1 space? Because I used a stitch marker. And all you're going to do is do the exact same thing, well, almost exact same thing. We're going to put 3 double crochets in this chain 1 space. Insert your hook. Double crochet. Insert your hook. double crochet, insert your hook into the chain 1 space, double crochet, chain 1, insert your hook. We're going to put 3 more double crochets. Insert your hook, double crochet, insert your hook, double crochet, chain 1. Okay, so basically after every group of 3 you are chaining 1. Okay, and then go ahead and do that for the next chain 1 spaces. Okay, all it is 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Okay, I will meet you back after you have done your last double crochet. Okay, everyone, you can see this cute little square is coming along. So I'm just going to put my last double crochet in the chain 1 space right here. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of my chain 2 right here, like so. And I'm going to cut and leave a long tail because I like to tuck my ends in. And then I'm going to fasten that off like that. Okay, so now you have this cute little 2-color square. So I'm going to show you how to properly tuck your ends in. You will need your yarn needle, and that's it. And then I will show you how to do this. So in this last round, I did tuck the ends in, tuck my end in as I was doing this corner space right here. But to properly tuck it in fully so it won't come out, you have to go back and forth 3 times. Okay, so I just put my yarn on my yarn needle. And then I already went this way 1 time. So I just take my needle, and you want to just go through the back loops only, kind of work your way through there and insert it, go through this like that. And then you want to do it a 3rd time, and this will assure that it will never come out. Okay. And that's it. And then you can cut it and then save your scrap yarn for your future stitch markers. So here's another space, another strand that we have to do. Again, this is how I put my yarn on my hook. I fold the yarn, or I put my yarn on my needle. I fold the yarn in half, and then I pull it through like that. When I found that out, I was like, wow, I was so amazed. So again, I think I've already tucked it through. I'm just going to go through these back loops right here. Just like this. So I go through one way, and you just want to go through the back loops. If you start going through the front loops, it will affect your work. You'll be able to see it on the front, and you don't want that. So you just go back and forth 3 times, and that really locks your yarn in, and it will not come out. I used to make face scrubbies, and I still have them. And the yarn has never, ever, ever came out. And they've been through the wash like I don't even know how many times. So we'll do this one again. One more. This is where we started with the magic circle. So again, you just find your back loops right here. You go through one way, like that. And then you go through the other way. And then you go through a third time. And remember, get the back loops only. If you're unsure, turn your work around, and if you can see your yarn needle, then you've got the front hooks, okay? You just want the back loops only. Did I say hooks? I meant loops. You guys know what I mean. So that's what that looks like, and then you just cut it like that, and there you go. Your ends are tucked in. Now go ahead and grab your next color, and let's get started on the next row. Okay, everyone, so yours should look something like this, really cute. We have all of our chain 1 spaces, and this is just a me thing, but I do like starting the next round on the opposite side. I don't know why, it's just my thing. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the first chain 1 spaces. So we have 1 there, we have 1 in between, and then we have 1 here. So granny squares, that is all that you're going to be doing, is putting 3, sometimes 2 groups of 3, but at least 3 groups of 3 double crochets. 1 group of 3 double crochets, okay, in the chain 1 spaces. And once you understand that, then you can make a granny square, you know, the size of the Pacific Ocean, because it's the same. Okay, so let's start with the next row. Again, we're going to start in a corner. Whatever corner you pick, it's entirely up to you. So I'm going to start in this corner right here. And I'm going to take my yarn, and then I'm going to make a slip knot. I'm going to insert my hook into the chain 1 space in between the two groups, okay? And then I'm going to put my yarn on my hook, and then I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm going to chain 2, okay? And then it's the same thing, chain 2, you put 2 double crochets, in the chain 1 space, chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets in that chain 1 space. Okay, just like that. So we have a chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Okay, now we are going into the actual pattern of the granny square. Okay, because we have this chain 1 space right here. And what do we do in chain 1 spaces? We put 3 double crochets, a group of 3 double crochets. Okay, you want to chain 1, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Then we're going into our corner right here. What do we do in the corners? 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Let me get more yarn. Chain 1 space in the other corner, or in the same space, 3 more double crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Oops. Okay, take your stitch marker out, chain 1. We have our chain 1 space right here, group of 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then we are in a corner again. Okay, and all you do again, in the chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 double crochets. Okay, and then you chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the same space, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Okay, so I will meet you when you've done your last group of the 3 double crochets right here. You totally got this. Go slow. It is like hypnotizing, but I will meet you when you're done your last crochet, when you've done your last double crochet. Okay, everyone, so I am just putting in my last double crochet. And again, I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the first chain 2, just like this. And then I'm going to cut my yarn, and you just yarn over and pull to fasten off. Okay. If you're still, not sure, before you fasten off, just make sure that you have the groups of 3 double crochets, and yours should look something like that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So now we are going to start the next round. Okay, everyone. So this is what your square should look like. If you haven't tucked your ends in, it's no big deal, but I like to tuck mine as I go along. So now we are going to make the next row. And again, you're going to start in the corner, insert your hook, and make your slip knot, and then put your yarn on your hook, pull it tight, and then pull through. Chain 2, excuse me, my allergies are acting up. And then we're going to put 2 double crochets, 1, 2, chain 1, excuse me, 1, and then we're going to put 3 more, 2, and 3. Sorry about that. So it's chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. Now we have 2 chain 1 spaces right here, 1, 2. So then if you haven't marked your chain 1 spaces, you can go ahead and do that. Sorry, I forgot about that. But if you haven't, it's no big deal. We're just going to put 3 double crochets in each chain 1 space. Okay, so this past round we made 2. This round we're going to make 3. The next round is 4, and so on and so on. Okay, so remember to chain 1 and then 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, chain 1, next chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, chain 1. Okay, so yours should look something like that. And then we're coming up in a corner. So it's 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and in the same space, because it's a corner, 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we started with a chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then in the corner space, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then you just want to go ahead and repeat that. Okay, in the chain 1 spaces, 3 double crochets plus a chain 1. In the corners, you have 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. Okay, so go ahead and do that all the way around. You guys got this. Okay, once you get it, it's super, super easy. Okay, so you guys got this. I believe in you. Go for it and have fun. I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, everyone, you can see how pretty. I love these colors. They're absolutely gorgeous. This green is ridiculous. I'm putting my last double crochet in. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the top of the first chain 2 space, just like that. And then I'm going to yarn over, pull through, cut my yarn, and tie it off like that. So, so pretty. So again, all these granny squares are 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. Okay, that's all it is. So let me grab my next color and we will do the next row together. Super pretty. I tucked my ends in, and you guys will see if you've done, I've done this before several times. If you've only done like 2 double crochets, you just kind of get caught up in whatever you're watching or whatever you're doing, not focusing, you know, sometimes you miss a double crochet, you'll notice, but it's not that noticeable. Like say, you know, you've done like several rows and then you're like, oh my God, I missed a stitch. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just keep on going. You're good. Okay. So now we're going to do the next color, which is blue. So again, we're going to do your slip stitch. I hope you guys are getting the hang of this. I hope I'm explaining this okay, because once you get the hang of it, you are good. You'll be making granny squares for days. So go ahead and insert your hook into a corner space, any corner space, yarn on your hook, pull it not too tight, pull through, chain 2, and then what do? 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then 3 double crochets, all in the same space. 2 and 3, chain 1, next chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, just like that. And remember I said the row previous when we did these double crochets here, you're going to have 3 spaces. So here are the 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. So again, you just want to chain 1, 3 double crochets in the chain 1 space, 2 and 3, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the chain 1 space. Okay, and then we're coming up in a corner. What do? In the corner space, 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the corner space, 2 and 3, chain 1, and then just continue 3 double crochets, 6 double crochets with a chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 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 3 double crochets, chain 1 in the corner space. You guys got this. It's so beautiful and vibrant. Go ahead and do it. I will meet you at the end of this row. It's super beautiful. Okay, everyone, can you see what I did? I messed up right here. I was lost in my own thoughts thinking about whatever, and look at what I did. So before you fasten off, make sure that especially your corners are complete, because that is what I do. I just get lost in my own thoughts, and then I just keep crocheting on, and oh boy, I messed up right there. So I got a frog back, so I'm going to finish this row. Let me fix this, and then I'll finish this row, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, so you can see now I corrected my mistake. I have all of my double crochets with my chain 1s in between. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 2 like this, and then I'm going to cut my yarn over, pull through, and tie a knot. And yours should be looking something like this. Super, super beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm going to tuck my ends in and grab the next color. And then after the next color, I believe you guys, you'll have this down. It's just a repeat, literally 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, okay? Let me tuck my ends in and grab the next color, which is going to be purple, and I will meet you in the next scene. Okay, everyone, so this is what your pretty square should look like. This is so beautiful. I love it so much. So now I'm going to start with the purple color, and after this row, I think you guys should have the concept of the granny square pretty well now, hopefully. So after this row, I'm going to set you free, but let's just do one more row together, okay? So again, insert your hook into the corner. I already did my slip knot here. I'm going to pull the yarn to make it a bit smaller, pull through, and then I'm going to chain 2. Okay. Now again, 2 double crochets in the chain 1 space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the same space, corner space. 2 and 3. Okay, and then we all know what to do. Chain 1, and if you guys, if you forget a chain 1, don't worry about it. You know, whatever. Sorry, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. Okay, and then in the corner spaces, you have your chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. Okay, you guys got it. You got the gist of it. Go ahead and complete this row together. Go ahead and complete this row, and I will meet you when you are done with, how many rows is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your 6th row. How exciting. I hope this is super fun for you. And yeah, it's going to be a giant granny square. So I'll meet you when you are almost done with the row. Okay, everyone, look at how beautiful and gorgeous this square is coming out. I had to zoom out a little bit because it's getting like super big. I'm going to put one more double crochet in here, and then I'm going to substitch to the top of the second chain, just like this. Here we go. And let me show you what it looks like. It's so beautiful. So you guys, I think you got the gist of it now. Go ahead and add as many rows as you want. I'll check back maybe when I'm like halfway done with this square. Excuse me. This is going to be like a 20-inch square or so. I don't know. Let's see how big I can make it. But I will come back when I'm about halfway done with the square, so I will check in with you. But go ahead and add as many rows as you like and make it big and beautiful, and I will check back with you in a little bit. Have fun. Okay, everyone, so I just thought I would update you on what my gorgeous granny square looks like. This one is about 13 inches. Each row is about an inch. So just, you know, for your own information. One thing that I do want to mention that I forgot about was if you only, I'm going to make this about 20 inches wide. If you want to only make a 5-inch square, an 8-inch square, you can just stop, tie it off, and skip to the chapter where I talk about how to put a border around your granny square. Okay, so it doesn't have to be as big as I'm making it. You can make yours whatever size, and then if you want to make a border, you can. If you don't, you can just leave it as is. Sometimes I just like it as is too. So I just thought I would stop and let you know what mine looks like. Keep on crocheting. Again, I'm going to make mine to about 20 inches, so I will meet you when I am almost done with my square. Okay, everyone, look at how gorgeous this is. You know, I decided I was going to do 20 inches, but I am stopping here. This is 16 inches. I just decided that I am going to have this as a background when I do lives and just when I'm on camera, my support of the LGBTQ plus community. And so I'm stopping here at 16 inches because this fits perfectly on my little work desk. Again, if you guys would like to go bigger, I mean, you can make a gigantic king size Afghan if you wanted to. You just keep on adding the rows like I told you, like I showed you before. One thing I wanted to mention, if you want to put a border on, I'm not going to put a border on, but you just single crochet the ends. Okay, so you again, and you just follow the same pattern. So you start here, you would just chain one here. Actually, let me show you. So you start in, instead of me talking about it, why don't I just show you? You do a slip knot, insert your hook into the corner, yarn on your hook, pull a little bit there, and then you would just pull through, do 1 single crochet. You could do 3 just to fill that in, and depending on how you like it. And then you just single crochet all the way around. You could put 2 in the corner, or just start with 1, or do 3 if you want a more full look. In the spaces in between, you just do 1 single crochet, and then you just single crochet all around. This does give it a more finished look. You just go like this, and then you just single crochet in on top of each double crochet, and then you single crochet in the spaces in between. If you have an extra here or there, you know, it doesn't matter, just make it look even. So it looks like this. It just adds an extra row. You could even do a half double crochet, whatever you want. I personally like the look without, so I just leave mine like this. But yeah, that is the crochet tutorial. It's super simple. Please, please, please let me know if you have any questions down below in the comment section. I really, really appreciate you guys watching my channel. I really, really, really thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you like what I do, please, please, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you really like what I do, please consider becoming a member to my channel. And also, if you guys have any questions, or if you would like to see a tutorial, just let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful, fabulous day, and we will see each other in the next crochet tutorial. Bye!